Yeah, welcome back, guys. It's your boy Diko Graphics. Today, let me show you how you can make a professional birthday flyer on the Android smartphone using your Pixellab. So, I've done a lot of research, so I decided to use my own personal picture. Though, actually, it's not my birthday, but I got inspired when I was trying to cook up something about the church flyer. So, I decided to bring up this simple birthday flyer. So if you really want to wow your loved ones or you want to impress your client, you actually need to watch this video. You are going to learn something unique that's going to add to your skill. So without wasting much of our time, let's get started. As usual, you visit your Pixellab. So when you get your Pixellab, you import the background you want to use. So I've cooked all these things. After selecting the background, then the next thing is to bring up the image. We are not going to waste much of our time. Then you lock it. After locking it, then I have the 3D, which I've already edited on the photo P, the 40. If you don't need, though I stress myself in cooking up this, like the 40, so I have to download the test effect, then edit it to this number. So you can actually download this even online, just like 40 test effect, then you use it. Since it's 40 you want, not a name, so you can actually get that and you can download it. Let's take, if what I'm saying in essence is, even if you have a Canva Pro, you can actually get that. Okay, so instead of it, but like for instance, I didn't do my own like that. Let me show you. I have to use the text effect to do my own, and what I did, it will actually come up. Okay, but let's go to Canva. So when you get to Canva, you just go to the normal size, any of your choice, just set it. So after that, you go to element. So just type 40 text effect. So let's say I've not tried it, but I believe we can see this. Okay, so when you look at it, we have a lot of, you see what I'm saying? So this is it. So instead of you using mine, let me see whether this fine. So this is what I did here. I just edit this text effect after I bring it up. So I just edit it to 40. Okay, so after editing, I just type on the I just tap on save with smart objects. That is exactly what I did. So it automatically turn up, and that is how I go. But instead of you go through this unnecessary stress, so I just prefer that way. You can come to Canva if you have a Canva Pro, then look for text effect, type the number that you want. You see, it has a lot of years, so which you can select, but I just prefer to do my own that way. So after you have that, you send it to the back. So when you send it to the back, reposition it very well. So if it is moved to one side to another, you have to just adjust it. So after you do that, you make sure you lock the two. So unlocking them, lock it as well. So you type let's say Diko. Then which font are we going to use that will be okay for that? So let's say we use stretch. So if I use stretch, I have to position it here. Okay, I guess the stretch should work. So if stretch is not working, let me just first of all position it that way. Then copy and let's go and use Asin font, Asin bold. So let's see between the two which one can save me. So let me use Asin. Asin is bold and somewhat unique. So we will have this Diko. Okay, position to center, and then we are going to think about the color to give this to make it okay. So I'm thinking of using a texture, applying the background. So Let's copy it from this side. Okay, if this can work. I don't actually like this, not as I want, but let's try to use this. Cancel this. Okay, I'll make this one to be lighter a little bit. And it has to be obvious. Okay. Mm, so let's say we have it this way, or we use a better, let's do that. Copy this and have big. So this big should be one by one. So we can just bring it down. Okay, perfect. So once we have that, we position them to center. Then we just rotate a bit. So I've tapped inspiration on how to deal with 50. So I'll just make sure that I stretch this 40. I stretch it to be bigger. So one is bigger a little bit. So to occupy the position here. So I'll be able to rotate this. Just cuff it. So after cuffing, I will reduce the size to be able to penetrate or to stand well. So if it doesn't, so we have mm, so we have big 40 Diko. Uh, she just cancel that, and since we are going to put the name underground, so we have 40. Okay, that one should just be at the back of that. Then let's go and crop an image just to make it okay. So take it for instance. I'm covering this. No. So let's say I'm bringing up this. Then I'm going to crop it, only the head. So after cropping the head, so I'm going to position this by rotating, send it to the back. So let it just be showing a little bit under that. So after that has been done, you going back to the gallery, you bring out this texture for the text to be able to show very well. Make sure you lock. After locking it, then you go back to gallery as well. Bring up, this was done at the back of the screen for us not to waste time. So you can reduce the size to this and have a position here. So have it lock as well. So we have cool, it's cool. So we can bring up more one, but let's go and check and bring other things to make sure this. So you bring up this. So we're going to position that here. Then you send it to the back. Let it be on top of the image as well. So we lock it and see. Okay, very cool. So we're actually getting there. So after that has been done, so we can now have plus one happy birthday, wishing the blah blah blah, everything seems to be cool. Then the 40 indicates the age, which what is missing. So we can now do something to make sure that it actually work. Okay, so instead of that, we can just go in there and we'll have big, go to the front. So let's try async that will be here. After increasing the size a little bit, then you space it, then have it rotate a bit, change the color, Diko at. So you just tap this and put at. Okay, perfect. So this is Diko at 40. Okay, so we can actually make the art to show very well. Let's try stretch. Stretch should be able to work. Go to the font, increase the size well. Increase the size to this. Reduce the size. So what do we need to do to this to make it okay? So we reduce the opacity to 88, while we reduce the opacity to this to 88. So after that has been done, then the next thing we need to do, okay, very cool, everything seems to be fine. So the next thing we need to do after achieving that is to just put a finishing touch to this to make sure that it actually works. So take it for instance, we go to the image, we enhance the image a little bit by adding a little saturation, okay, so that it will show very well. So after that has been done, then the next thing we need to do to make sure that everything is actually cool, we have the decoder 40, blah blah blah, everything seems okay. So we are going to just copy. So we are going to copy any of this. So when you copy, you are going to fade it just to make sure the stuff is not after position. Then you reduce the opacity just to like 10, so that the button will not just be too more brighter and it will be looking cool. So we'll lock it as well. So once that has been done, then we are good to go. What's the next thing that we need to do? We need to just save our work and enhance it. So you save with Ultra, okay, you wait for it to load. So let's see how it goes. So now after saving that, everything seems to be cool. We are heading back to our Snapseed. So when you get your Snapseed, you import the design we just make now. So after importing the design, then the next thing we're going to do after that, I'm still thinking of something that I'm thinking of something that this is not right. Okay, this is not actually right. So I prefer to even put it like this. I prefer to put it this way. So I guess it will look more mature than the other way around. So let's put it this way. So When you put it that way, you can even share Diko. So let's have big Diko. So when we have that, we can even scrape that under this place. So when we have a classy, it has to be clear. So that's why I'm taking my time. So we have this big Diko. So when you have this, send it to the back. Okay, when you send it to the back and reduce the opacity. So at least this is actually cool than just painting in that way. So reduce the opacity and let just be showing on the ground so that it won't be like you are not scribbling anything there. So this is not affecting the background and as well it's not affecting anything. So we can even script that all through to make sure that it actually take effect. So you bring out this here. Then the last one should be bringing here. Okay, cool. So and when you look at everything now, so you can actually tell. So you can even bring it to 2 2. Okay, shouldn't mind me. We have to be very observant with whatever we are doing. So now all these things should go to the back as well. Back, 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 back. So let's see if we go to the back. Does it take any effect? Yes, it took the effect. So with editing, it should be able to be obvious. So now let's have it save. So we're making sense anyway. So after saving it now, we can now boldly. You see that one look mature than this. Though it depends on the choice anyway, but I prefer this. So after you have this now, you can go to, let's say we'll go to pop out. Yeah, you can see those big deco which I put at the background now hovers. You can see, right? What I did was this: when you import those the image, when you see you import it like this, then it will bring up under the looks. So you can go to pop out. I normally use this because it will pop out the whole result. You understand? So after you pop it out, you click OK. You can adjust because this is not the final. So I will now go to tone. I don't need to do, I don't have anything to do with brightness. I will go to contrast. So I will increase the contrast a little bit. Go to saturation, reduce it a bit. Go to ambience, increase or reduce, depends on how it look. Highlight will be reduced a bit. Shadow will be reduced a bit. Okay, for me to be able to have a good something. I don't need to add the one much. Let's say one. I will click OK. I will now go to structure. I will increase the structure a little bit to 10. Then sharpness should be increased very well. So sharpness should be increased a little bit. Okay. So after you do that, you are good to go. You can deal with the image by going to portrait, but I don't normally do that. I will just do the finishing touch. Those spotlights, you can do that. So it will edit the face of the image skin. It will smooth it from where it was before. Then eye clarity, it will clear the height and make it obvious. So you can see the 3 steps here. After that, you tap OK. Then you go to save and save your work. So it's not finishing there. I still have another application which I normally use to enhance my design. Now there's one thing I want you to get here. When you tap OK, see what we brought here. See how it look. See after we edit it, which one is better? You can tell, right? So let's go to the last one, airbrush. I have an application called airbrush. So we have a free one, we have a subscription one. So you want to get best out of this application, you need to use the pro one. That one will give you everything you actually needed. So how do we do this? I will first of all start from this place. Let me start from magic brush. So it automatically, you see, when you click OK, click on magic, it will shape the whole style for you and give you the best results. You can see the previous, it automatically remove all the blemish and give you the accurate stuff. So now you can go to smooth again. When you go to smooth, that one will do the little work for you. So you see, it will brush out the whole stuff, but I prefer to use the magic. So when I use the magic, I will reduce this a little bit, but the magic seems to be changing the face. Okay, the magic is changing the face. So but let's see, if I use the magic, reduce it very well, it doesn't. So it's changing the face. You have to be very observant. So using this will be the best. So after you're able to use this, you tap OK. So now the next thing is to go to the brighten. I want to brighten the eyes a little bit. So tap OK. I will go to iris. Iris, increase it a bit. Go to contour. Contouring. So the cheek should be adding a little bit. Remember, you are editing a man, so you have to be very careful. Eye brush a little bit, just to add a kind of a black something to it. So the lips should be changed. Very good. So now I will go to the skin tone. I want to change it to original color, which this picture is having. You can see it, right? So you can now reduce it. Okay, when you reduce it, it will just add little to it. So we are good to go. So after you are able to do that, we are done with this. So you can add the foundation if you ideally wanted. So but remember, you are dealing with image of a man. Okay, so acne is not there or nothing. Go to tools, then we go to the enhance. This is where we go to sharpness. So I want to sharp the image very well, so you can be increasing. Then you can see how it look. Increase it very well. You can see the results. So 55. So I will click OK. So that one is okay. After you're able to do that, we are good to go. And you can have saturation if you actually want a little bit. Highlight another, you can reduce the shadow a bit for the image to show properly. Now tap OK. We are good to go. So now you can go there to go and compare the image from when you bring it and when you finish the work. So let's see. Now the image I design, the design is this. Just look at it very well. Look at the what I design. Then when I finish, look at it. So what is the difference? You can see there is huge difference. So the Diko everything is more obvious. So the previous one, even before I took it to, this is a snapseed work. It's still better, right? Snapseed work. This is the beats, you see, but this is a ear brush. Very clean. You can see this is ear brush. So you need to leverage and know how to just work smarter. So you can see the work and see the previous one. So if you are still at this level, chill, you need to upgrade your knowledge. Thanks for watching, guys. I believe we'll learn something. God bless you.